Hi YouTube, this is Darkon633, back with another Transformers review. This time we're going to take a look at the Transformers Premier Edition Deluxe Class Bumblebee from Transformers The Last Knight. Now, sadly, I have to say off the bat, while I was really looking forward to this particular version of Bumblebee since I really liked the design in this movie, the toy didn't turn out as well as I hoped. It's got a lot of problems and a lot of parts that like to pop off, similar to Nitro Zeus, but kind of worse since they're a lot smaller pieces. Nothing, from what I could tell, that can break outside of the clear plastic pieces, which we'll look at once we go into the transformation. But other than that, it's definitely not as good as I hoped it would be. Before anything else, here is a look at the box. The box in the standard deluxe scale. It has a picture of Bumblebee there. On the top, it shows Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Drift. And on the back, it shows that he transfers at 17 steps, and the other figures in his wave are Strafe and Crosshairs. Now we're going to look at Articulation. Articulation is pretty standard for a Bumblebee toy. His head is on a ball joint with good range looking up and a little bit down, but it does have a better chance of swiveling there. He has ball joints at the shoulders with the inner joint due to transformation, swivels at the elbows with the standard elbow joint. His wrists can go in and out, and he actually has waist articulation, so that's nice. He has ball joints at the hips, swivels at the thighs, a single joint at the knee which goes a little bit above 90 degrees, and his feet can pivot but a little bit outward as well due to transformation. What's cool about this toy is that he actually includes a secondary arm. So unlike other Bumblebees which have the weapon basically built onto the arm, or it's just a separate like gun, this time Hasbro decided to design it a little bit differently. What you're going to do is, even on the box it shows that it actually goes on this side. Because of the way that the joint is, since this is the actual joint here, it can actually only go on this side. What's going to happen is that we're actually going to pull off the mushroom peg joint there. So it looks like this. And we're just going to close it off. And we're going to plug in the arm. Now, you're going to have to plug it in this way due to the way that the joint's going to go in. It's a little bit harder to do it this way because it does bump against the arm there. But you're going to slide it in and it will actually make a little popping sound. It's hard to hear, but it did make the pop sound. So now it's fully installed, and now he's got his gun arm. So that's really nice that he actually has that included. We're actually going to plug this off and plug back the arm. And what's cool is that on the back, if you didn't see, this actually plugs on to the back here. So you actually have storage for the other weapons. So that's really cool. Another thing that's awesome is that this back piece actually folds in a lot better than some of the other Bumblebee toys we got over the years, so there's a lot less kibble. While this is kind of annoying, I think it also looks kind of cool because it looks like he's got some kind of cape. So I think that's cool what Hasbro did for the design there. Now, before anything else, we're going to take a little short comparison. Here is the Last Knight Bumblebee next to his look in Age of Extinction. And it's still weird that this particular figure got reissued with a little bit different paint job. So, just as a comparison, here he is next to his older design from the previous movie. So, that's pretty cool. Now, we're going to take a look at the transformation and look at his vehicle mode. Bumblebee in his car mode. I think it turned out pretty decently. It's definitely not the best I've seen, especially when you go for the transformation. It's a bit annoying actually plugging these pieces together, and it had a lot of problems actually getting it into the particular mode. I have not found a way to fully keep this straight since a lot of paneling issues happen, but overall I think the car mode looks nice. It's just the transformation is definitely not the best. You can roll, okay. since he does have the plastic wheels. But overall, I think it turned out pretty decent, at least how it looks rather than how it functions. For what I could tell, I haven't found a way to actually store this anywhere, so it's a bit weird what's going on with this particular toy. It's got a lot of mixed problems along with some cool stuff that it features. In conclusion, I have to say this Bumblebee is definitely a huge mixed bag. The transformation is quite a headache, and it's a lot reminiscent of the Revenge of the Fallen style Transformers in my opinion, and that might be a good thing for some people, but for me, it just did not turn out so well for this particular Bumblebee. Especially during transformation with so many parts popping up left and right, it's definitely not a good sign of a good Transformer design, at least in terms of transformation, especially if you're going to spend $20 on retail for this particular character. It's definitely a skip if you don't really care for too complex transformations, and especially ones that just don't like to stay well together between the two modes. It's definitely a lot better in robot mode, so if you plan to just keep it in robot mode and never really transform it too much, then I gotta say this is okay, and it looks nice, I guess, with the other Autobots. But other than that, it's definitely a huge pass if you just don't care for super complex transformations. I got this from Amazon since a lot of the later on waves decided not to pop in my area even up to this point, so your best bet is to probably just check out the online retail stores to see if you can get yours. Anyways, please kindly subscribe and check out Hero Club and Hero Taku. Also check out Twitter, Darkon633, and don't forget to check down the other channels down below. Please check the little bell at the bottom of the screen in order to see my content go up as soon as possible. I'm back with more Transformers reviews, but for now, I'll be seeing you later, YouTube. Bye.